Water may be good for me, but I don't like drinking water. Don't know why, but I do anyway. To stay hydrated. I have been invested in the Illuminati drama. That'd have been cool. But I'm pretty sure it's dead now. Anyway, hey guys, my name is Chris Green Fox. Welcome back to Stanley Parable. And if you remember last episode in the beginning, I'm gonna call him Void. I decided to change his name from Mr. Black to Void because that makes more sense than calling him Mr. Black. So Void said he was gonna give us more slides. So yeah, I doubt it's this slide, but at the same time, after the first time I played, this slide went away. So I'm just gonna click confirm. Please adjust the slider until the dog and cats are friends. Nice. They are friends. The bestest friends. See, I knew it. I knew it. Do you have any more sliders? Please adjust it till it's 9. Okay. 9. Please adjust it until you stop adjusting the slider. Okay. Okay. What? Which of the two made up words below is more appealing to me? Scum trust, scum trash, or Acapulco Inca. I don't. I say this. This is more appealing to me. Please do not adjust the slider. Fuck you. I do what I want. Did you know? Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is it? Okay. Is the time? Okay. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? What the fuck? Yes? What time is it anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. I'll come back to visit him. But that's the first time I haven't had to adjust the clock. So I'm guessing Mr. Void's or just Void's little shenanigans are about to be over.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 4.
I'm just gonna skip it. You don't really need to listen to it. You listened to it twice before. If you do not know who the fuck Stanley is,
all of his co-workers were
just
gone.
Go to the first
what
or
could
second
it mean?
Video.
Stanley decided to go
Or
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Preferably mine. Okay. Bucket.
The
This
embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
No, I never really click on the doors to see which one opens.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
I wanna try
entered the
something.
door.
I wanna
This
try
was not the
something
correct
different.
way to the meeting room. But
I'm gonna
Stanley
try the
had felt the
bucket game
bucket
show
calling
again
to him,
and see
telling
if I
him
could
that the employee
do
lounge
something
was simply
else.
the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I truly haven't checked if I can open any of these doors.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your
Take the
behavior
sign
up to
down.
this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding
remember,
could have
the
dire
answers.
consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
So I'm gonna try to get it all
Please,
right.
step in here for a moment.
The first two is no. After that is yes. One of the tractors is no. The other tractor is yes.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Hopefully I don't mess up.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Was that a bucket? Is this a bucket? Ah, I forgot. I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna cheat it. I'm gonna cheat it. Because I forgot. Trying to get all the answers right. To see if anything different happens. It could be yes, but I'm not gonna risk it. All correct. Because like, oh, it says ending 10. I don't know if it's overall or not. I'm gonna fast forward because I know I just need to get past the tractor part. Is that a bucket? Oh, it's a yes. Okay. Oh, that's a trick one. Forgot. Okay, here you go.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay. I forgot about the
Item...
trick one.
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley.
What?
Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
I'm pretty sure it's going
And
to be the
yet
same
now I'm
ending.
somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley,
No.
I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
Well, that answer it. Nothing different's gonna happen. No, let's play it out. Let's play it out before I reset. If it's completely the
What
same,
happened?
then
Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket? Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's
seems like
all
it's
a
gonna be the
bucket.
same thing.
But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
yeah,
Who
it seems
knows
like
what
the same ending. You know, I just gotta let it play.
that
Just
information
let it
might
play.
do to a person. All right, here we go.
I still need to figure out how to get the Bloom Closet ending. Wait. Okay, I don't know if that's a edit screenshot, but apparently someone's seen a man. For now I'm just gonna assume it's edited. But in someone's screenshot it says no bucket ending Easter egg. Still, I think it's just probably clickbait. Because, you know, people...
All of his
clickbait.
co-workers were gone.
The only people
What could
who
it
don't
mean?
clickbait is me.
Stanley
so you
decided to go to
subscribe
the
me,
meeting room.
'cause I'm
The bucket
always
made Stanley
honest.
want to be a better
I'm
man
kidding.
and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered
I'm gonna
the
go to
door
the
on
broom
his
closet.
left.
See if I can get the broom closet ending. Because that would be the second time I
Still no one was
with
here.
the bucket. I go
Stanley
in the broom
needed
closet.
the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Why no stickers? For real, how you get the broom closet ending? I need to know. I know it's a thing, unless I've been lied, or perhaps bamboozled. It's the same thing. But unless I've been bamboozled, there's a broom closet ending. You know what? Let's just stand here for a bit. Probably we just need to stand here. But no lie, I wanted more stickers on my bucket. This is second group closet ending. Let's try this. Is there really nothing in the broom closet? There's no ending. Okay, I'm guessing it's not an ending, it's just a skit. Then why did I put ending in it? There's no ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I don't know what the point of this is.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This is the second one I found. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. And I did not expect to find a figurine. But besides that, there's literally nothing for this room. Let's go in the elevator. There could be something up here. If that figurine is there, then there's probably something. Or some type of commentary. Because I have the bucket. Okay, he's not gonna say anything. Let's get out of here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always.
4, 5,
the bucket would,
8,
and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I was close. I got the right numbers. 2, 4, 8, 5. Right numbers, wrong order. We're gonna escape together, bucket. Are you ready? I read to you.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So we're gonna try to escape with the bucket. I still haven't figured out what those buttons did in the mind control room. But before I finish the series, I'm gonna find out. Either
the elevator raced downward,
my big brain,
plummeting towards an
video.
unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Yes.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Whee!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Hey!
To be
what
sure,
do you mean to the
it puts the
bucket?
mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was
Oh,
crushed
no.
violently to death.
Ah! Oh, I forgot it wasn't even that deep down.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all
Just the
buckets are
bucket, not
radiant
me.
in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to
Wait.
behold.
It's not in my hand. No, the bucket. Okay, we gotta read it. The bucket. Welcome you, the grand exhibit. You are standing in the presence of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, a human mind is frequently empty within a void, but though use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. I think that's how you say. Knowledge of the bucket and its histories is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the life of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as we were in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the
How am I
hubris that
selfish?
blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
I'm gonna read everything since it's about the bucket. A relapse of the infernal bucket, which is a medieval era, was so powerfully, whatever that word is. I have never seen that word in my life. That it's dove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains: no one can control a bucket. Fun fact: if I remember correctly, a war did start it because of a bucket. I'm pretty sure it's on Oversimplified's channel. Let me check if I'm crazy or not. Oversimplified bucket. War of the Bucket. It's called War of the Bucket. So yeah, I don't know if they're talking about that exact bucket or they just made it up. But there was a war because of a bucket. A bucket with two handles. Interesting. The bucket is displayed as having two handles. Such as a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and too riskily experiment. I don't fucking know. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Damn. But true, we don't want the buckets to be too powerful. They would take over. Like, why worry about the robots? We have to worry about all of these buckets that could easily come into our, latch onto our heads and mind control us. Just like how Plankton did in that the first SpongeBob movie. The same thing. SpongeBob is predicting the bucket war. Except they think Plankton's gonna be behind it. No, it's gonna be the bucket overlords. Okay, a photo of 25 buckets. No, it's not 25. 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. A photographer, I'm dead ass about to count all of them just to prove that this is not 25 buckets. I don't feel like it now. Never mind. You thought. Like, look at it. It looks like it's about 50. That does not look like 25. Ooh. Cave drawings. Well, we know that buckets predict the extinction of mankind. We do not know by how long. The cave drawings depict every man discovering of the particular use of the bucket, which by the time the bucket has already likely been around for several millennium. Notice that these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
That is so bright. So bright. What the hell? The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between the bucket and humanity. However, clear a grasp of the bucket maybe, but there is yet more that is out of reach. This distance is for our own good. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to fall down. That's supposed to be like the infinite hole. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the infinite hole. Let's go up the other staircase, then we're gonna go back and jump in it. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Worry, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of resourcement. The stress equals the level of the water in the bucket. Size, strength of the bucket. Okay. Reset and relaxation. Do something you enjoy. Okay. Now let's go into that infinity hole that I'm assuming it is. Because what else are we supposed to do except we expected to walk off? Oh, never mind.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
And what is it?
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't
It's the only way.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
No one should control the bucket. except me. Sadly, I don't have a bucket though. If I ever get a bucket, I swear I'm be the type of person to be like property of me, and hope they don't think I'm crazy and get the reference. Because if they don't get the reference, they're gonna think I'm crazy. Like, why the fuck you need piss to go in a bucket? They will never understand.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just always been here. Sure, I've never seen that before.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
You are wrong.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh. Wait.
You see, your friends and I
Like a
are
broom
concerned
closet.
for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Wait,
It's this
why?
bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just
Shut up.
sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's
The
what
Adventure Line
fans
is
want from a
sequel.
sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay.
Whee!
turned on the car?
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
No, we'll bring that back. Stop.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I don't wait, what?
It's
Excuse
as
me?
classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Never.
Don't you
Where are
get
we?
it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Wait,
That's
wait,
why
no.
I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
What?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Let's stop letting.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can
Let's
hear you
try-
saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We
No.
can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans,
No.
Stanley. Give the fans
No.
what they want. Hurry and...
Did it just blow up?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I'm guessing that's it. I'm tempted to go downstairs to see if... Wait, what time have we started? Because, like, part of me wants to do, like, oh, okay, let's actually destroy the bucket ending. But at the same time, I'm like, let's make it more meaningful and do it at the very last episode. The very last thing we do in the last episode. Which would be tomorrow, probably, if there's literally nothing else I can do. I'm not completely sure.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It takes a lot of
I have no
humility
idea
to
what to
carry
do
a
now,
bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna end it here. Like, I know it's short, but I really... I don't know. I just really want to stretch it out just a little bit more to see if the void tells me anything else. If the void says nothing else that is new to me, then I could finish it off. Instead of just, you see me just making a tiny video of me opening and closing the game so I could talk to the void. That would be entertaining. So it's a shorter video, but hey, at least you can finish it fast. And if you want, you could look at other videos that I have, like Red Dead Redemption. That game's coming back one day, trust me. When, I don't know, but one day, because I want to replay that game so badly. Hell, if I'm patient enough to wait, you might have face cam. You see me in my little attire, and we're gonna be a true cowboys. Because I'm pretty sure face cam is not that expensive. Probably like, you know what? Let me see. I have what's it called? Amazon. But besides that, yeah, I could really do face cam if I want. Like, if you don't remember, my style, assuming that I said it before, but my style is gonna be, I wear a gator mask, I have a cowboy hat, and optional, I would wear sunglasses. I don't have sunglasses yet, but again, that is optional, so I could choose not to have it, honestly. Webcam for PS4. So far, they're just in the 30s. The highest one I see is 80 something, but hell no. The bestseller is basically $38.99. If it's bestseller, it has to be good, right? It actually does look good. And its field of vision is 90 degrees. So it's a right angle, a full on right angle. But I'm not really fully sure if it's supportive for PS4 or not. Even though I literally in the search put for PS4. But sometimes they do. Sometimes they do not give me directions for the right thing. Because I was trying to find a disc player one time for my laptop, which is a Chromebook. I did not buy it. It's technically my brother's, but he never claimed it, so I'm claiming it. So yeah, I was looking for a disc player for it and couldn't find one that supports Chrome because Chrome is the worst laptop ever. One day I'm gonna get a new laptop because Chrome sucks. Never get Chrome. If any advice I give you in my lifetime, you have to follow is never get a Chromebook. Get Windows, get Apple, get anything else. Just not a Chromebook. Like, I'm a Windows person. I don't really care for Apple. I prefer to have an Apple laptop than another Chrome one. This I don't know. This whole part from now is just gonna be me ranting about random stuff. Like for example, like I had never really got to talk much in this game because I feel bad for like talking over the narrator sometimes, even though the subtitles are right there. I keep imagining like if I keep talking and the person have the subtitles on to hear me for some reason, it would cover the subtitles for the narrator. So I just felt bad for talking sometimes, but I do talk just so I won't be bland. I try my best not to sound bland because I feel like I am. I feel like I have no motivation in my voice. At times I try, other times I really don't try. But like, who really cares? Like, I'm doing what I like, but I just really do want to try to be more hyper, which is I don't really possible. But I'm normally a calm person unless if I'm with my friends. So it's a tad bit hard for me to be energetic all the time. And I know like people aren't energetic fully through a stream, but I don't really sound energetic. I just sound bland. It's just in my ears though. But at the same time, like I judge myself harshly, so I'm probably doing just fine. I'm just thinking I sound bland. Oh yeah, have you guys seen the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer? I am excited to get high with them. They do actually look high though. I'm not even gonna lie. People are really want it to be the black and white eyes instead of red eyes because it looks cheap. Me, I don't really mind the red eyes, but the black and white does look good. And someone on TikTok explained why the eyes are red. They said because if you play VR or watch someone play VR FNAF, once you mess up, their eyes turn red, meaning attack mode. So so that means in the trailer they're in attack mode. The black and white eyes mean the children are controlling the animatronics. And the other thing that that person pointed out is if the animatronics wasn't in attack mode and had the white eyes, why would it be hunting down a child? Because like realistically, the children's souls that was wrongfully killed wouldn't try to kill a child. That wouldn't make sense. And he like opened my eyes and be like, oh yeah, you're right, and there's a possibility. Like, we've just seen one trailer. I think those people are judging too hard. Like, I was totally fine with it. Like, I thought, weird choice, but I am fine with it. To be honest, in my opinion, I just think they need to make the red eyes darker or more something, because I feel like it's too bright. Like, I know it's supposed to be light, but it just looks too light, kinda. Probably like dim it down or make it darker red. One or other might do better. But besides that, I'm totally fine with the movie. Totally fine. Can't wait. It's gonna be released in October 27th. And if I'm lucky and find someone to watch it with, I will go to the movie theater. Willingly, for the first time, I will willingly go to a movie theater instead of just waiting for it to get released somewhere. But yeah, like a lot of people are trying to get it fixed. They comparing it to Sonic, the first Sonic design, which is just eyes. It's not that bad. But yeah, I'm running out of things to talk about, so I think I am gonna end it here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, if you like, press the like button if you're new here, subscribe, and press the notifications. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.